Dear children, welcome to another session of Children's Liturgy. Today, we are celebrating the 29th Sunday of the year. The theme for this week is Jesus calls us to serve others. Let us listen to the reading.
The Gospel according to Mark. The two disciples, James and John, came to Jesus and asked him, "Master, can we sit on either side of your throne in the kingdom of heaven?" Jesus answered, "Only my heavenly Father can decide this." When the other disciples heard what James and John had asked, they were angry and began to argue with them. Jesus said to them, "You must not quarrel with each other about which of you is the greatest. I have come as a servant and not as a king. Whoever thinks of others before themselves will be rewarded for their goodness, and they will have a place with me in the kingdom of heaven."
In today's Gospel, James and John made a rather thick-skinned request to Jesus. They asked if they could sit on either the right or left-hand side of Jesus in the kingdom of heaven. Did they really know what they were asking for? James and John had been with Jesus for some time and had seen all the miracles he had performed. From healing of the sick to the feeding of 5,000, they saw how powerful he was and knew that Jesus was going to be king. But what they did not know was exactly what type of king Jesus was going to be. They imagined that a king would be served, glorified, and not have to go through hardships. When James and John requested to sit at Jesus' right and left hand, they were imagining Jesus as a king, sitting at a table with his chief advisors at his right and left side. Even though Jesus had shared with them the predictions of his suffering and death before the glory, James and John consistently failed to comprehend this. Jesus was so different from the expected king and Messiah that they just didn't get it. Jesus tells us that in the kingdom of heaven, God honors those who serve and not those who are served. He tells James and John that to lead at his right and left hand involved serving others. Jesus led by example through his own life and ministry by serving others till his death. When I was young, I used to think that being a prefect in school was a powerful and glorious role. Prefects get to book students who did not obey the rules and seem to be always praised by teachers. I did not become a prefect, but many years later, one of my children became a prefect. I soon learned that being a prefect was not just about making sure that schoolmates obeyed rules. In fact, being a prefect was very hard work. It was about serving the school and your schoolmates. For example, my daughter had to spend a large part of her recess time every day to do recess duty at the school playground to ensure that younger schoolmates did not injure themselves. This meant she could not spend as much time playing with her own friends. When there were school events, she had to stay back long after the events to help with cleaning up the hall and keeping the chairs. During her school holidays, she had to spend part of it planning events at school or helping to usher parents during special occasions. Despite the hard work and sacrifices involved, she did not regret it. She shared that the experience provided her an opportunity to serve others and be more understanding of their needs. She learned that being a good leader involved serving others. It was not about being served or bossing others. Do you know Mother Teresa? She's a great example of a Christian who led by serving others, especially the poor and abandoned. Mother Teresa was born in Albania and became a nun at 18. She moved to India where she helped the very poor, the sick, and dying. She was most known for reaching out to lepers. Lepers were people who were sick with an infectious disease called leprosy. Nobody wanted to help them because they didn't want to be infected by the disease. But Mother Teresa did not fear them. In fact, she embraced them, fed them, cleaned their wounds, and looked after them when they were dying. She risked her own life serving them. You may think that you might be too young to serve, or that what Mother Teresa did seems too daunting. But you can still serve in simpler ways. You can serve the community by simply picking up litter when you see it. You can serve your younger siblings or friends by teaching or assisting them with their schoolwork when they need help. You can serve your classmates by taking on class cleaning duties like wiping the board or sweeping the floor. You can serve your grandparents by helping them with tasks that they need help with. You can serve the unfortunate by collecting items for school charity drives. There are really so many ways to serve. As long as you keep your eyes and heart open, you will find the opportunities to do it in your own way. Are you ready to heed Jesus' call to serve others? The choice is yours.